Let's talk about bed rotting. It's a TikTok trend with millions of views. The idea is simple. You stay in bed all day, sometimes multiple days, watching Netflix, scrolling your phone, eating snacks directly from the bag like a little chaos goblin. And you call it self-care. You put a cute little hashtag on it and feel like you're reclaiming your peace. Hashtag bed rotting. Hashtag self-care Sunday. Hashtag I've not showered in 3 days, but it's fine because I'm healing. Now, I'm 52. I've lived with anxiety my entire life. I've had panic attacks that convinced me I was actually dying. I understand the deep bone level exhaustion that makes you want to pull the duvet over your head and tell the world to fuck off for 3 to 5 business days. I've drafted that out of office reply in my head. Thank you for your email. Jenny is currently horizontal and not accepting reality at this time. She will respond when her nervous system has stopped impersonating a fire alarm. I get it. I really, truly, deeply get it. But here's the thing TikTok isn't telling you, because TikTok is too busy trying to sell you a new aesthetic and a sponsored water bottle. Bed rotting isn't self-care. It's avoidance dressed up in a cute name and a ring light. And for those of us with actual diagnosed 4 a.m. panic attack anxiety, it can make everything significantly worse. It's like pouring petrol on a fire and calling it aromatherapy. Today we're talking about the self-care trends that are actually self-sabotage in a face mask. Bed rotting, doom scrolling, the treat yourself culture that's just consumerism with better PR. And what actually helps when you're so exhausted you can't face the world. Grab a cuppa, let's get into it, and maybe sit up a bit. Your back will thank you. Your spine is not a slinky. Let's define our terms. Bed rotting isn't having a lazy Sunday. It's not, I'll stay in bed for an extra hour because it's raining and the cat is on my lap. Bed rotting, as defined by the TikTokers who popularised it, is staying in bed for extended periods while awake, full days, sometimes multiple days, leaving only to pee or grab more snacks. Spending those hours watching shows, scrolling social media and deliberately avoiding anything that looks like productivity. It's like being a Victorian invalid but with Wi-Fi and a severe case of I can't even. And people are calling this self-care. They're framing it as reclaiming rest or honouring their need to do nothing. They post it with soft lighting and lo-fi music and a caption about protecting their energy. Look, I'm not anti-rest. I'm really not. I'm 52, single, living in a shared house with anxiety and probable ADHD. I know what burnout feels like. I've had to leave multiple jobs because I pushed through until I couldn't anymore. I understand the desire to just stop, to lie horizontal and let the world spin without you, to become one with the mattress. But there's a difference between rest and avoidance, between recharging and checking out completely. And that difference matters, especially for those of us with anxiety. When you spend all day in bed, you're not actually resting your nervous system, you're training it. You're teaching it that the bed is for being awake, for scrolling, for watching, for doing. And then when you actually want to sleep, your brain is confused. Wait, is this sleep time or scroll time? I'm not sure. Let's just stay alert just in case. Let's replay that awkward conversation from 2007. Let's think about the email I haven't sent. Sleep specialists warn that bed rotting scrambles your circadian rhythm, your sleep drive and your sleep cues. It tells your brain that bed is a place for wakeful activities, not rest. And for those of us already struggling with anxiety, which often comes with sleep problems as its shitty little +1, bed rotting is like pouring petrol on a fire. And here's the deeper thing. Mental health professionals warn that bed rotting often becomes avoidance rather than coping. If you're doing it because of anxiety or depression, you're not coping, you're hiding. And the cruel irony, the more you hide, the worse the anxiety often gets. because you're not building evidence that you can cope. You're building evidence that the world is too much and your bed is the only safe place. Your world shrinks, and shrinking worlds feed anxiety like nothing else. One day, probably fine. Multiple days, that is a sign. If you're spending entire weekends in bed, or calling in sick to bed rot, or finding it hard to leave even when you want to, that is not self-care. That's a signal that something deeper needs attention. And calling it self-care is just giving a cute name to a cry for help. It's like calling a house fire ambient heating. Let's move to doomscrolling. The act of endlessly scrolling through bad news, anxiety-inducing content, and the general horrors of the world. Usually while lying in bed or slumped on the sofa. You know the drill. You open Twitter or TikTok or your news app just to check. And suddenly, 45 minutes have passed and you've absorbed 17 new things to be terrified about. War, climate, economy, a celebrity feud you didn't need to know about. You're now fully informed and fully devastated. Congratulations. You've done the opposite of self-care, and here's the kicker. We do this to ourselves, actively. We seek out the anxiety. We chase the cortisol hit. It's like we're addicted to feeling bad, emotional masochists with unlimited data plans. Why? Because anxiety is familiar. For those of us who've lived with it our whole lives, a state of low-level dread is our baseline. Calm feels suspicious. Peace feels like a trap. It's like when you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, so you just keep throwing shoes at yourself to get it over with. So, we doom scroll to bring ourselves back to a familiar level of unease. It's fucked up, but it's real. Doom scrolling isn't self-care. It's self-harm with a Wi-Fi connection. It's feeding your brain a steady diet of things to be terrified about and then wondering why you can't sleep. It's like ordering a panic attack to go every single night. Hello, I'd like one large existential dread with a side of climate anxiety, please. And I'd like the delivery to be at 2 a.m. The algorithm doesn't help. Social media platforms are designed to reward emotionally charged content. Anxiety makes us refresh. Outrage makes us engage. It's like a casino where the currency is your sanity and the house always wins. What can you do? Set a timer. Curate your feed. Mute, block, and unfollow anything that consistently makes you feel like shit. Replace the doom with something neutral or positive. Cat videos, comfort watches, accounts that post pictures of moss. Moss is very calming. It doesn't have opinions on politics. It just sits there being green. Whatever works. You're not a bad person for looking away from the horrors. You're a human with a limited nervous system. Protect it. It's the only one you've got. Now let's talk about the treat yourself culture. This is the one that's been co-opted by capitalism and turned into a monster. The idea that self-care means buying things, expensive things, a new skincare routine, a new wardrobe, a new subscription box full of things you didn't know you needed and will never use. That face roller made of jade that's been sitting in your drawer since 2019. Those expensive candles you're saving for a special occasion. The special occasion is existential dread, Karen. Light the bloody candle. No, I'm not anti-treat. I sell merch. I literally sell things you can buy to make yourself feel better. I have a hoodie that says, I can't people today, and it's genuinely one of my favourite possessions. But there's a difference between buying something that makes you feel seen and validated and buying your 17th pair of leggings because a TikTok told you it's self-care. One is a meaningful purchase, the other is a cry for help in athleisure form. The treat yourself trap is insidious because it feels good in the moment. You get the dopamine hit of the purchase, the anticipation of the package arriving, the unboxing, and then the thing just sits there and you feel empty again. So you buy something else. It's like a hamster wheel made of delivery boxes. This isn't self-care. This is consumerism with a therapy speak mask. It's the wellness industry convincing you that you're broken and only their products can fix you. Real self-care is often boring. It's drinking water. It's going to bed at a reasonable hour. It's saying no to plans you don't have energy for. It's setting a boundary with a difficult person. It's doing the laundry even when you don't want to. Because future you deserves clean clothes. It's not glamorous. It doesn't photograph well. You can't post a flat lay of, I went to bed at 10 p.m. and didn't look at my phone. But it actually helps. Okay, I've spent a lot of time telling you what doesn't work, so let's talk about what does. Not from TikTok, from my actual life in this actual rented room with my actual anxious nervous system. Number 1, rest with intention, not avoidance. There's a difference between I'm choosing to rest because my body needs it and I'm hiding in bed because I can't face anything. Try setting a time limit. I'm going to lie here for 2 hours, watch something comforting, and then I'm going to get up and make a cup of tea. The limit doesn't make the rest less restful, it just keeps it from becoming avoidance. Number 2, move. Gently, not punishingly. I'm not telling you to go for a run, but gentle movement, stretching in bed, walking to the kitchen and back, standing by the window for 5 minutes, signals to your nervous system that you're not in danger. You don't have to do a HIIT workout, you just have to wiggle a bit. That's the bar. The bar is on the floor and I am wiggling. Number 3, get light. Actual daylight. This one's boring but evidence-based. Morning light helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Even 10 minutes by a window helps. Even grey British light through clouds helps. Even standing by the bin area with a cup of tea, squinting at the sky like a confused meerkat. Number 4, connect, but on your terms. Bed rotting is often deeply isolating, and isolation feeds anxiety. But connect doesn't mean go to a party. It can mean texting one person or sending a voice note, just enough to remind you that you're not alone. Number 5, ask yourself what you're actually needing. This is probably the hardest one. When you want to disappear into bed for days, what's underneath that? Are you tired? Overwhelmed? Avoiding something? Feeling lonely? The bed won't answer that question, but sitting with it, even uncomfortably, might. Number 6, this is my weird, specific, shared house adapted coping toolkit. The locked door, the weighted blanket, the brain dump notebook, the water bottle filled from the bathroom sink, the snacks in the drawer, the kettle in my room. None of these are magic, they don't cure anxiety, but they help me move through it instead of hiding from it. And sometimes that's the whole battle. The whole war is just a series of tiny battles, and your toolkit is your armoury. So that's my take. Bed rotting, doom scrolling, and the self-care trends that are actually self-sabotage in a cute outfit. Not never rest, not always be productive, just be honest with yourself about what you're actually doing. Are you recharging or are you hiding? Are you resting or are you avoiding? The answer might be uncomfortable, but it's worth knowing, because you can't fix the problem you won't name, and you can't rest properly if you're just calling your avoidance self-care. Call it what it is, then deal with it, or don't. I'm not your mother. If this resonated with you, if you've ever bed rotted and felt worse afterwards, or if you're navigating that line between rest and avoidance, let me know in the comments. If you're new here, please subscribe. It helps more than you know. There are links in the show notes if you'd like to support the show. Until next time, rest when you need to, but maybe open the curtains, move your legs a bit, text one person, and remember, you're not broken, you're not alone, and there's nothing shameful about struggling. This is Anxiously Ever After. I'm Jenny. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and rest with intention, which means I'll be horizontal for approximately 2 hours, watching something comforting, probably Harry Potter, and then I will get up and make a cup of tea that I will definitely drink. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. The kettle's right there. It could happen. Anything is possible.